it.
That was a song?
Yes. Everyone in the room.
Oh, baby in person. I'm thinking like the child. I'm like, damn, they still in bed, kids now.
You made me swallow my damn gum. I mean,
You want to put your headphones on?
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
Why are we doing that?
Are they still insured?
Say who what? You out here still insurance?
Who else is still insured?
Out here still insurance. I'm gonna talk like this right here, so y'all just.
Why you so low? Oh, your chair. I'm like, why is you so low?
Her tire went flat. Stick and move.
Stick and move.
Stick and move. Okay, so this is how it was. Yeah, something like that.
All right. What?
What happened?
I hear some TV. Somebody got TV on somewhere?
Yeah. So it's gonna pop up, being that I'm on it? It should pop up?
It should.
Is we live?
Not.
Yeah.
What? Are we live?
Oh.
It was technical difficulty.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome to another live episode of Expressed Opinion. I am your girl, Lynn Roberts.
I'm that girl, DC.
That will be you.
And I'm that girl, Big Prime.
And Big C's.
Big C. And as y'all can see, we are live.
Wilding out.
Yes, it's I didn't even put. Okay, what time is it? Okay, yes, we're live. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday.
What?
Happy Friday Eve.
Friday Eve.
Yes, Friday Eve. And wait a minute.
I hear crickets.
That's because she pressed the cricket.
Cricket button. Really?
Really did.
That's how you feel about the
Don't
jokes?
stop touching it.
How you feel about the
Then y'all need to be quiet. The crickets say everybody's quiet. So that means you all need to be quiet.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh my
I see where
know what you're dealing with.
I see where we're going. I see where we're going. You need to find the thingy thing on that thingy thing.
Thing, there it is. That's technical jargon.
There we go, right there. Live.
Show business
Okay.
thingy things.
Okay. Is that us? No, that ain't us.
No.
Okay.
They looking at another show.
Oh, where? Okay. Anywho, how's everybody doing? How's everybody and your mama and them and all that good stuff? Everybody good?
Man.
Everyone's I'm doing good.
Oh,
I
and
had a very good last weekend. It was relaxing.
Wow. That's all.
That's all of us?
That's all
Yes.
right though.
Oh, okay.
No wonder.
Man.
I'm just gonna keep drinking.
Who is that? Oh my God. Anywho, well, y'all, we weren't able to do the show last week. Unfortunately, we were having some technical difficulties with the equipment, and we just couldn't shoot last week. So we're here this week, and we're going to make up for lost time for all of that last week.
Like pew pew.
We couldn't shoot pium pium.
Okay.
Pium pium.
Hey, no.
Pium. We couldn't shoot pium pium. We couldn't shoot. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. Hey, stuff I would say it happens. Okay, moving right along. So we got the headlines. You know, we got a lot going on in the headlines this week. Boy, people tripping.
What happened?
People are seriously tripping. Okay. I don't know if you all are aware, but y'all heard about the young man in Memphis that was killed by the 5 police officers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So, they were recently indicted on several counts of murder, kidnapping, and it's like 5 different counts that they have against them. And the issue is what people are talking about is because of the expeditiousness. Y'all get that? Yes.
Not the vehicle.
Did you do a TI on us?
Yeah, I did a TI on y'all.
Okay.
The expeditiousness of these police officers being indicted. So they were just indicted like this week. They were fired last week. They got indicted this week.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's because of the
Election year?
Election year?
For that area.
Well, no.
Okay.
No.
Do you think it's because of the melatonin?
The melanin, yes.
It's the melanin.
Yeah, yes.
Did I
The
say
melanin strength again?
Did
Yes.
I say melatonin?
The thing that puts you to sleep?
Yes, you said the melatonin.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it was 5 Memphis police officers that were in connection with the death of 29-year-old Tyree Nichols after a traffic stop. Now, this happened on January the 7th, and each one of them have been charged with murder. Now, that's according to the authorities. The Memphis police identified the officers as Tadarius Bean. Okay, what kind of name that sound like?
He about
Okay,
Darius.
Demetrius Haley,
Wow.
Yeah, we already know what that is.
Emmett Martin III,
Name after your daddy.
Desmond Mills Jr., and Dustin Smith.
Right.
So all 5 have been booked, and now they're in the Shelby County Jail. Okay, so they've been booked on 7 felonies, including 2nd-degree murder, aggravated assault, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, and 2 counts of official misconduct and official oppression.
Okay, where did they kidnap him from?
Apparently from the police stop, where they made the stop for him.
Is that because they're supposed to be transporting him, and that's what they consider kidnapping?
Well, what they're saying is because they have the video hasn't come out yet. The video is supposed to be coming out tomorrow, and they're saying that the video is a 3-minute video, and they're saying that video will tell the whole story.
I guess they figure out they can't do what their white counterparts do.
You think? So,
I don't care what color uniform you have on, your skin outweighs the uniform.
Thank you.
exactly. And see, they're learning that lesson right now.
Well,
So, they said that Nichols was pulled over for reckless driving.
okay.
They pulled him over for reckless driving and alleging that he was involved in an altercation with the officers that led to him being hospitalized in critical condition and complaining of shortness of breath during the arrest. And 3 days later in the hospital, he died.
Because in the video, the picture that I saw on the news, they beat the bricks on
Yes,
him.
they did. That poor child. Oh my God, the pictures of him were like because they showed him in the hospital, and I mean, he was unrecognizable. And it's like, what could he? And those were his words. What did I do? And
But not only that, you're talking about 5 grown men.
Exactly.
And if you saw his frame, don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that small frame people are weak, but you're talking about against 5 grown men.
Well, there is a litmus test when we deal with law enforcement and size. And that will be considered excessive force. Someone my size go after Lynn.
Yeah, that's like 5 lambs,
Right.
5 bags.
So no, that was too far.
And the what's his name? David Roush, the Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy. He joined the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, who is David Roush, the director, David Roush, and another TBI member. So you got the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, you've got the FBI, and the Shelby County Attorney's Office. All 3 of these departments are investigating.
Why are they
This.
investigating if they've already been sentenced?
Because they haven't been sentenced, they've been arrested, and they've been indicted.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to use them to carry the ill of all police officers that ever killed somebody black.
Exactly.
But my thing is this: as fast as they arrested them or indicted them, why can't it be done to the other police officers?
And see, that's the issue that
There it
people are having. Is
Well, I think that's a 2-lane street because I think all of it should be swift. So questioning why theirs is happening, the bottom line is evidently whatever they have on that body cam is credible evidence against those 5 police officers. Yes, it happened swiftly as opposed to how it happened to
that took months.
but like C said, they are going to hold them accountable for everything that we've complained about when it came to racial violence, racial profiling, and with police brutality.
Yeah.
I mean, look at look at the young man that just happened in Brunswick.
Yeah.
Ahmaud Arbery,
He was
Ahmaud.
shot. Ahmaud was shot and killed.
a whole year.
That gentleman didn't even make it to the jail.
No.
He walked right off and went home.
Yeah.
And
They didn't even question it.
It wasn't a thought.
But hold on, what about the cops that killed Tiana Taylor?
And there we go.
Breonna
Let's
Taylor.
go through the
I'm
list.
so sorry.
And let's go
Breonna
through the
Taylor.
list. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we
I
got a
mean,
laundry list we can go through,
exactly.
a litany of people.
And the thing, this is my thing. That video, I'm really upset with myself for either sitting and watching it, but I had to force myself to sit and watch it.
Watch which video?
That police officer had his knee in the young man's neck.
Oh, George Floyd.
That
You want to talk about traumatizing?
I'm serious. I was traumatized after that. I'm like, and a lady, it was a lady that was standing on the side. She said, "Sir, I'm an EMS. I'm employed. Let me check him. He's in distress." And the police
he would
officer-
not do it.
He threatened. The police officer threatened to
The
put her in
EMS,
jail.
yeah.
Right. I sat there watching. I was the same way with you. Now, I'm a combat veteran. Watching that was amazingly rough because you're sitting there killing a man in front of everyone and nonchalantly look at the camera as though, get away from me.
Yeah.
Over a counterfeit, what, $20
$20 bill that he did not have.
Right.
And the store owner even said it. He said it wasn't him.
Right.
But with that, not to get off course, but with that, those two had prior history, so that played a part in it too. Floyd and Chauvin had prior history.
The police officer.
Yeah.
They passed across in the past.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. It was on national TV.
TV,
with
exactly.
This young man's name.
So,
And then y'all took forever and a day
and
to indict this man for killing someone blatantly
right.
because
you're mad.
in front of several witnesses.
Hold on. Is it ironic that this happened in Memphis and it was indicted so fast?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
In Memphis.
In a state that they just voted out a slave law.
I'm telling girl, okay. Don't get me started.
Well,
Don't-
the problem with it is we complaining on both sides. We complain if they don't get indicted. We complain if they do get indicted. But I promise you it's going to come out in the end. Well, you complain that we didn't indict fast enough. Now you complain that we indicted too fast simply because they were African American cops.
And there's the crux and turn of the case. The issue involved then, yes, we want police officers held accountable. But when we look across the board, it's not being laid out evenly to everyone.
Exactly.
So if I can see every police officer getting hit and held accountable the same way, I have no problem with none of this. So now it's a job issue, not a color issue.
Exactly.
Yes.
But now when we're looking at it, we can blatantly see the color issue, but on the other side, they're going to argue, no, it's not.
Exactly. That's precisely what they're going to do. But we're going to wait and see how this all turns out. I'm just
They're
yeah.
done. They will be. They will. Example.
No, but what I'm saying is because, like they said, the video, they're going to be releasing the video tomorrow. And what they're scared of is a lot of protesting going on tomorrow. So they're beefing up police
Security and presence.
yeah, and police presence and security tomorrow in downtown Memphis because of that video when that video comes out.
I can hear
Because
Fox
from
News
what
now.
I understand, the mother, because they got Crump is on the case.
Their
So-
case too.
Yes, they call him. And they had a press conference about it. And he was talking about the brutality in that video, even though it was only 3 minutes. But
3 minutes is a long time.
Yes.
Hold your breath for 3
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, I know.
If
I'm
you
just
wanna know
saying.
how long 3 minutes,
But
hold
I'm
your
saying,
breath for 3 minutes.
when you look at what happened to George Floyd and how long that took, and
Right.
then in the
Mi-
3 minutes, and
Minutes.
they beat this man to a pulp.
It takes a second. Look at the young man that's standing on the football field that get hit
Yes,
and
then-
almost died.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's a second. And that
Yeah.
inside of that 3 minutes, it was a second that did it all.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they're looking at that. They're beefing up security and police presence for all of that. And the mom, they let the family see the video, but she was like, I could not. She was like, she said she couldn't look at it no more than a minute because she's listening to her baby on that video saying,
And what did I do?
What did I do? And I just want to go
His
home.
last words.
Yeah, I just want to go home.
It's going to be forever held
Yep.
online, indelibly for the future.
Yep, just like with Floyd
So they
saying,
can
I
be
want my mom.
re-traumatized. Right, so they
Yeah.
can re-traumatize these
Yeah.
people's family.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it was a lot, and looking at that, when you think about stuff like that, and you wonder why they say black people have PTSD. I believe all black people have PTSD because of stuff like this that we have to go through on a regular. It's not just coincidental or every now and this is on a regular basis.
That's why
we
when
see
you
stuff
see
like this.
A lot of black people when they get pulled over, like did you see the sergeant? I think he was in the military. He was in a dark area and he drove with his flashes on
To the light, in a gas station.
and they dragged the man out the car.
Yeah, I saw that. Ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Well, that goes back to we haven't had conversations with our kids.
Yeah.
Other cultures won't ever understand having to sit down with your kids and explain to them how to react when you stop. And it will not cross their table unless they have biracial kids.
Look, my son is a big boy. When he was younger, we live in a very affluent area in Virginia, Fairfax area. He's outside playing. We have in this area cops ride by on bicycles. My son's back's to them. They're on their bike, having their good time. I'm sitting outside of my house looking at them, watching my son directly. They can't see me because I'm sitting back in the tree. He's playing. And as they're riding through, I guess one of the officers wanted to say hello, speak, or whatever. The minute he said hello to my son's not paying attention to him. At the exact moment, my son stands up, and he's looking at me, and he's coming towards me, and the cop's still talking, and I go, hey, you have nothing to say to him. And the cop's demeanor was, well, you're teaching him. No, I'm not. Because I saw where you were going. You're about to escalate. I told my son, come to me. You don't listen to anybody, come to me. You, sir, have nothing to say to him. He's not paying attention to you. He doesn't know what's going on, and I can see you about to escalate. That is the scariest thing in the world when you're thinking, do I run out to save him? Do I say something? How is this going to go down? You're standing there with a weapon on your side, sir, and a whole bunch of friends. And I don't know what your intentions are, what you're trying to do. I'm just trying to get him out of this situation. Could have been easily another newsreel.
Exactly.
That's true.
So
Exactly.
having that conversation with your kids and having that fear for their life comes in palpably, very quickly.
But what's even worse about it is that you even had to react like that. Like he was going.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That
Do
we
you
were-
have to force someone to speak to you if you
Right.
are? And it's not all law enforcement. Please
is-
understand. I have so many
No, no.
friends or associates that are in law enforcement, and it's not all of them. However,
Calm.
the ones that have these behaviors
I'm sorry.
cast a very dark cloud.
I'm of the other mind. It's all of you. If not one of you step out and say something against
Well,
all police brutality, you're all guilty till then. From top to the bottom, every police force, everywhere in America, if you didn't take the time to step out and say, this is not us, this is not how we're trained, this is a small few, it's telling me you're standing behind those people.
Yep.
Your silence is telling me you are part of the problem too.
Or the fact that if you see it happening in front of you and you don't pull your counterpart. And
Thank you.
You know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you won't put, hey man, come back.
Yep.
That's-
We're not
right.
handling like that.
Hey, you,
Absolutely.
exactly. You doing a little bit too much.
Yeah, I have an issue with that. If me and you are partners, and I see you stepping out of the boundaries of law, I see you going too far. I should be able to say, hey, come here. We're not
Yeah.
doing that.
But you know what? I just happened to be watching. Is it Crash? Crash.
Yeah, the movie Crash.
Yeah, the movie Crash, and you know the scene in there where what's his name?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard and his wife. They were pulled over, and the white cop went up, and he basically fondled her, and he couldn't do anything about it. Like, and the cop that was with him was new. So I'm wondering, when you get paired with a officer that I guess has a stint or you have been on the force for so long, and you see them stepping out of place, do you think this is the behavior that the younger cops are learning, saying that this is okay?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And rather than them, because I think also within the force, they may be scared. They may get labeled, or I don't know how. I'm not on the
You have to
force.
fit in to be part of the team. You don't want to make weights.
Exactly.
Exactly. You the new kid on the
Yeah,
block.
you're not trying to make any waves. You just got here, and then they're looking at you. You just got here, and you already causing problems.
George Floyd,
Yeah.
that cop, the cop that was there,
And
had
he-
not been there a long time, but at some point, common sense.
Should step in somewhere.
But they say sense is not common for
And,
everybody.
and,
so-
and I was going to go
exactly.
there with the thing of color with police officers. You just became part of this predominantly white team. You're the black officer.
Yep.
Now you pull somebody black over. You have to go as hard as they do, if not harder, to show that you are part of the group. So if you step out of line and go, unnecessary, oh, so you with them.
Yeah.
And who is them? It's them and us, without a badge and with a badge.
Wow. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing they have where say back the blue. I don't have a problem backing the blue as long as the blue is correct.
Doing their job.
Exactly. There you go.
Because when you step, I worked to the police department before, and I got pulled over by a police officer for doing he said I did an illegal U-turn. Okay,
I thought you was about to say you was doing 85.
that may have been believable.
That would have been believable.
No, I had just moved over here in
Right,
Georgetown.
right.
So the sign is not on the corner. The sign is in the middle of the turning lane. So I had already done passed the sign, so I didn't see it. But everybody makes a U-turn right there in front of Food Lion. Everybody
yeah.
makes that U-turn.
Yeah. Yes.
So when he pulled me over, do you know why I pulled you over? No, I don't. And he was like, "You made an illegal U-turn." Okay, where? I said, "Well, everybody does it there." I said, "I didn't see a sign. The sign is there." So then when I went ahead and just got the ticket or whatever, but when I went, when I was coming to Food Line the next day, I saw the sign. I said, the sign is not even at the top of the U-turn where it should be.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
in the middle. But then I also remember this is the same police officer that gave me a ticket. I was in a Chevy Blazer at a full stop, get ready to make a left turn. I'm letting traffic come by. I turned left. He said I was doing over 25. How?
Wow, in the
That's
turn?
that's a four-cylinder. It don't even pull off doing 25.
Damn.
Well, and I think at some point everybody has, like, I can remember going down on River Street. If you were to go down on River Street on MLK, there's a stop sign at MLK and River Street.
Okay.
The sign sits, it doesn't sit on the corner. It sits away from the corner. So if you stop at the sign, you cannot see around the corner to see if anything is coming. So I had to roll up past the stop sign to stop, in which I did. Look around the corner to make sure a car was not coming, because at that point you can go both ways on River Street. And then turn. And the cop pulled me over.
Stop.
No, for running the stop sign. And so I explained to him, I say, how can I see around the corner? So if I was to pull out and a car came and hit me, I would technically be running into that car.
They teach you in driving school. You're supposed to stop at the stop sign, and then you're supposed to slowly pull up until you can see.
Well, that's the thing. I was
Thank you, Officer Robinson.
I stopped. So he said I ran the stop sign. So in doing so, I asked him, I said, well, sir, can you see around the corner? And he said, no. I said, well, first of all, it was a car in front of me. So I had to stop for the car. But when it was my turn, the car was actually where I pulled up to see around the corner. So technically, I was at the stop sign. I just had to pull up and look around the corner before I continued. Now, when he pulled me over, he was like, I asked him, I said, well, why are you pulling me over? He said, because you ran the stop sign. I said, well, I said, okay, gave him my driver's license and registration. And so he was like, well, he said, well, you can go to court. And I said, well, I asked him, I said, well, if I don't go to court, then he said, you could just pay it online. I said, well, sir, honestly, just asking a question. I said, if I could not see around the corner and I pulled up, why would you give me a ticket? Because the car in front of me did the same thing. And he was like, it doesn't matter. You were the car that I stopped. Exactly what he said. It doesn't matter.
They
You were
can
the
be
car that I
nasty
stopped.
like that
Now,
now.
I don't know who was in the car ahead of me, so I can't say, it was a color thing. But it was just, and I had someone in the car with me, so they just grabbed my hand. At that point, I was quiet. But at that time, I'm like, I was.
What you should have done is took pictures of the stop sign and took pictures of where you have to
Well,
roll
actually,
up
I went to
and
court.
took it to court.
I went to court and I explained to the judge. So I had to pay the fine, but he didn't allow the points to be on my to go on my record.
And see, I have a problem.
I have
with
a
that.
problem with
I
that.
have a problem with that because the sign is if the sign is not like the perfect example. You all know that the signs that were on the side that says "Do not turn on red." They put them up in our view because people started going to court arguing. That's why you don't see them on the side anymore, or you'll see them on the side. And
I had a traffic cop tell me that. He said you can, if anytime you get if the no turn on red sign is on the side, he said, and it's not up top, he said you can get out of that because the sign has to be for you to see it
I
up
heard
front.
that too.
So I was like, I said,
Should've
cool.
got out of the one you got because you didn't legally break the law.
exactly.
That's what they literally tell you when you go to do the DDC. They tell you to stop at the stop and then slowly ease up and stop again to where you can see and then go around. So you shouldn't have got a ticket at all.
Well, he gave me a ticket and he was like,
I know I got a ticket by a dude named Tupac, and he did not look like the Tupac Shakur we know.
Don't do my buddy like that.
I'm saying, I was like, I said, ain't you dead? I mean, I was like, how you gonna give me a ticket? You ain't even supposed to be here. But, and I'm just saying.
When I used to work to the police department, we used to get the police reports. I was like, this a joke, right? So everybody looking at me laughing because when I said his name, my friend girl, she said, it's a real person. I say like, for real. It's like, no joke. She said, yeah. I was like, okay.
Got stopped by, and he was, girl. I was like, and I knew a lot of people, like you said, I knew a lot of people on phone. So I'm making phone. They were like, you ain't getting out of that one. I was like, man.
On the inverse, I had a dad of the year moment. Pulled over. My son was tiny at the time, and he had this throw up that was epic. He would just open his mouth and everything came out. And dad was feeding him chocolate milk the whole way down the road. We rolling.
Oh Lord.
And I felt something warm just hitting me right here. I was like, oh, what is that? Look over and just I pulled over. So I got my kid out like he's toxic. And the strictest state troopers in the world, that Virginia state troopers, backed his car up, pulled up. He's like, can I help you with anything? Oh, really? Handed him a whole baby. He hold the baby. I'm scooping throw up out the truck.
What did you get?
We tried right.
He probably looking at you like
What is this?
so it's not all bad.
Right. And
Yeah.
he stood there and helped me get my son together. Pat him, diapered up, put him back in the car. I'm like, appreciate you, sir. And, went on about his business. But yeah, of course it's not like, as she said, everybody, but the sentiment that I was going for is police officers need to, as a group, step out in front of the bad apples.
Yeah.
And that will change your look to the public.
Yeah.
And that needs to start with the leadership. The leadership needs to step out and go, whatever may have happened out there, bad policing is not what we do. It's an isolated incident. This is not what we train. Then the community will feel a little better in having a relation and dealing with you, but nobody has stepped out to mend a fence yet.
And it can't happen repetitiously. So you can't say this is not what we do and then it turn around and happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then again.
Right.
And then again.
In your
Exactly.
department, in your same department.
All right, well, we're gonna move right along into I thought you knew, because I know let me preface this.
Oh, don't you start.
Preface this, preface, whatever you want to call it. We ain't talking about no booty holes. We ain't talking about no porno.
No porno.
We ain't doing none of
None of
that.
that.
Okay. With that being said, Cease, what did you thought we need?
No
What,
hairy
I didn't
midgets.
even say that right, but anyway,
Financial health.
Oh,
Let's talk
Lord.
about this.
let's
Oh
go.
my goodness.
Let me get- hold on,
surprising.
'cause
The reason I came up with it,
I
it
have
was
to take notes when
surprising.
you
I was
talk about
talking
this.
to a friend one time, and credit card issues came up,
Oh Lord.
and we
Okay.
started having that conversation, and he was lost to the idea of what and how credit cards are used and what they're for.
Mm-hmm.
Your credit, again, people, I may have said this before, your credit card is not personal money.
Nope.
The bank hands you a line of credit. This is how you will handle that. Instead of using your debit card, you use your credit card in that place. And whatever you have in the bank is all you have on your credit card. So yes, they gave you a $25,000 card. You don't have $25,000.
You're not supposed to even charge that much. For
Thank you, ma'am.
Because you can't pay it
You can't
back.
pay
You're supposed to only have a percentage.
a percentage. You stay within 10% of whatever your max amount is. Don't go past that number. So
some
if
people
you
go
have
crazy.
$500 in your bank account and you got a $25,000 bank credit card, you only have $500. You spend $500 on that credit card
They see the
and you
ones that
pay
work.
that credit card off immediately. Here's the trick behind credit cards. They give you points, right? The credit card company's rewarding you for using their product because they're charging the merchant. I have credit card companies that owe me $1,500, $2,000. I let it rack up because I use their card and I pay them right off. And all of a sudden I go, oh, I'm a little bit short this week, or I don't feel like spending the money I have in the bank. I go back to friendly Mr. Visa and say, hey, give me those reward points and
Yep.
that money, and I'll spend that. And they're still giving me points on the money that they just gave me back.
Yep.
have
I
a
look
thing
on
that
there and
says-
see that when I go online, I'm
Right.
like, ooh, I got points. Okay, ooh.
Run that up.
Yep.
Because you will end up in a never-ending trap. Look at the interest rate on that credit card. You can't climb out of that hole. Now you get it, and let me tell you what. I will take credit over cash any day. Your credit is worth more. It will save you millions because 90% of everything you do has a credit component involved. You go buy a car, instead of getting a 17%, you get a 2%.
Forget that. Your car insurance.
The insurance
is based on
is
credit.
hitting you on credit.
And then not only that, I was looking at a video of a man on there, and he was saying that he don't even use debit cards. He don't allow his
No use
kids
for
to
it.
use
No,
debit cards.
why?
They use credit cards.
Yep.
Anything that they buy, they use a credit card. Why? Because the credit card is insured. So therefore, if your credit card gets lost or stolen, it is protected. It is insured. However, your debit card is a crapshoot.
You got to file
Thank you. That
fraud. Then they have to
biggest-
investigate it.
Yeah.
biggest
And then-
point right there, because the credit card money is their money.
Yeah.
And you call in and say, hey, I didn't make that. They're immediately getting their money back.
Yep.
They can retrieve it back from wherever they spend it. Your money is as good as walking into the store with cash,
Yep.
throwing it at them, and don't know where it went.
But see, some banks have gotten better. I know with me, with SunTrust, I went to go purchase
Truist.
You mean
Well,
yeah?
excuse me, I'm sorry, it's Truist now. I apologize. I forgot.
Truist.
But during that time, it was SunTrust, and I went to go purchase a washer and a dryer, and the guy was like, "God, I've never seen a purchase take this long." So I'm like, "Is it still spinning?" He said, "Yeah." Ring. Hello, this is such and such at SunTrust. Oh, okay. Are you making a purchase of
Yeah, right, we on it. You better count it.
at Best Buy? Yes. Okay. And asked me for my password.
password.
Right.
And I told him, and then said, "Okay, thank you. You have a great day."
They,
And
yep,
as soon as I hung up,
It
stopped
went through.
sending. I was like,
they're protecting their
okay.
money.
Girl, I've had that go through with my debit card once, and I've had it with a credit card. And it's like, because I was, well, you know, I'm realtor, so I was making a big purchase at one point, and I'm sitting up there, me and the dude, we sitting there, I'm like, okay. So I get first I got a text message, then I get the phone call, just like you said, I'm getting a phone call. Yes, you know, this is Capital One. We're calling in reference to a big purchase that's trying to be placed on your card, and we're just trying to verify the purchase.
Outside
And
of
I
your
was like,
behavior.
yeah, because no, I knew it was around Christmas time, and for Christmas that year, I was like, everybody getting a gift card. I ain't even going through all this. Everybody getting a gift card. So I just went with my credit card, buying everybody you get a gift card. I was like, Oprah, you get a gift card, you get a gift card, you get a gift card. I ain't doing all this. So they called me talking about, yes, we noticed an exorbitant
Outside,
amount.
yep.
That's me, Mary Krumel. I need to get these so I can go ahead and put them under the tree because that's gonna be it for me this Christmas.
Credit
She was
card
like,
company.
okay, thank
Yep.
Did you
you.
say Mary Crumble?
I
Yep.
said Mary Krumel's
They
Christmas.
watch your pattern.
Yeah.
They caught it off.
The only
Yep.
time that happened to me and dumb me, I was traveling North Carolina, and I used my card, and I guess I went so many miles. I used the card again.
Yeah.
I must have went so many miles and used the card again. And then all of a sudden, the 1-800 number kept calling my phone. I'm like, I don't know who this is. I'm hanging. I'm like, I don't know this.
Yep.
And lo and behold,
They locked
it
your
was the
card.
bank. Yeah, so I go to get gas, and it was like decline. So I called, checked my money. Wait a minute, decline. I called. It was like, well, we tried to reach you. No one answered the phone, so we locked your card.
Yeah, your card locked, player. You ain't getting that.
I was like, I felt, but I wasn't mad. I felt
yeah.
good, but I said, oh, but I saw the number calling. I'm like, I don't know.
But you know what else I do?
And it was on a weekend, so that kind of threw me for a loop too. I don't know why, but it did.
I let them know. I give them my travel plan, so
You do?
they'll know. Yeah, my bank. Yeah, if I go like when I went on that cruise, I told them, hey, I'm going this place, I'm going that place, I'm going this.
So if they
Because
see
your
something,
spending
they'll
limit would be
know.
erratic.
Exactly.
Okay.
And even though I have cash on me, I might still want to purchase something else with my
Yeah.
card. But I let them know I'm gonna be this place from this date to that date.
I have to get better with that. I do not carry if I have cash just because someone gave it to me, but to carry cash now, I
had cash for the street vendors.
I still carry my cash. I still.
and as much as I travel, I should, but I don't.
Yeah, I
Because
still.
everybody, the machine may be down.
And you know another thing I do with my cards, I put on the back of it, ask for ID.
Yeah, CID.
Yeah.
I put CID on it.
Yeah.
And I
So-
also set a limit. Like if I'm going somewhere and I know I'm not going to use my card or whatever, I set $100 limit on the card.
Right.
So anything go over 100,
It'll hit you.
yeah,
Yep.
it'll hit and it won't go through.
Well, I have my card attached, so if anything happens, that thing come through, ping, ping.
Yep.
And it's funny because I was using it and it was just ping, ping, and so the merchant was like, "Oh, somebody text you." I said, "No, they're telling me that I just spent money with you." And he's like, "Oh." I mean, it does it immediately.
Yep.
It'll say when it's authorized and it tell me when it's approved.
And another
Pings me in a
thing
second.
that y'all possibly may not know, but they have been cloning your cards and making a card.
Wow.
I went to Kroger's with my mom and I'm bringing up my stuff and the bank called me and said my card is being swiped in New York. Do I have my card? Yeah, I'm at Kroger trying to make a purchase and it's not going through. Well, it's being said, you have your, I said, I have my actual debit card. She said, well, someone cloned your debit card in New York and they're using it.
That's why I have
Wow.
this little weird wallet right here, the little thing on each side.
Yeah, I
that
had
radio
one.
frequency.
Yeah.
That thing's on. It's live. People can walk past you
Yep.
with a reader.
Yeah, I had a wallet like that.
Yeah, and
Mine
hit
broke,
your
and
wallet.
I
Yep.
said I was going to get another one to put all of my credit cards and my debit cards and all that kind of stuff in. So to protect it from, because I had my little red one. It was so cute. And then I guess I was opening and closing it so much till it said the hell with this, and it just fell apart. So I got to get me another one now.
But now they make it. I guess that's why they made the chip now, because every time you make a purchase, your purchase gets a password.
Yeah, each
Once
one
you
has
use
its own ID.
it is null and void, and a new password comes up.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
well, that's
credit card
good.
companies watch your every behavior. I just left Best Buy a couple of days ago, and I got enthralled with this Sony television.
Oh Lord.
I'm sitting there, it got me. I'm floating to it.
Did you buy it?
You talking about he floating?
Yes, I did.
Or
You bought it?
I went to the counter. Mind you, the limit they gave me that I had on my card is $2,500. They rang up the whole thing, swiped my Best Buy card, and instantaneously raised my credit limit and called me at the same time.
how much is the TV?
Damn.
It was $6,000.
What kind of damn TV? I mean, oh,
Is the TV
my bad.
The TV, wash him, feed him, clothe him. It lay next to him. It wake him up.
Let me tell you,
Damn, dude.
the definition on this TV is so clear. If I watch my porn, I could tell if she gonna
Damn
get a
it,
yeast
get some
infection
Windex. Clean
within
the
1
TV
week.
you already have on.
Press pause.
If
Press
she squirt,
pause.
you gonna
Press
get wet.
pause.
I'm sorry, what?
Press pause.
Oh my
Can we
God.
just tell you
We
can't-
were doing
my
so
bad.
well. We were doing so
No,
damn well.
we're going to ignore that part. We're going to go back to the TV, and it's cost
You can see
$6,000.
ingrown hairs on people. I swear to you.
A million?
Is it 3D? Can you put on like the 3D glasses and
You
they
have
come
to
alive?
see it. The Sony.
Oh, we going to see
what
it.
happened
We
to the
going to
other
see
TV?
it. Yeah.
Huh?
What happened to the other TV?
It got relegated to the garage.
Is this the one that's going in the theater? Is this the one that's going in the theater?
Yes. Oh, my theater. Woo!
Oh my God.
I'm talking about you feel the wind.
I was gonna say I got so many questions, but I ain't got no questions. I don't have nothing. I don't have
Well,
nothing to ask.
We'll try.
yes, you
We'll
do,
try.
because since you got so many questions, it's time for what a segue, because it's time for so many questions. So, what
ahead.
kind of questions do you have? Because Lord, I need. Oh God, I'm gonna need a refill.
I just got so many questions for you.
I know.
So, okay, no, I'm not gonna go back to Caesar because every time we go back,
Yes,
it go left field.
Yes,
I
yes.
want to go back to our headlines because I want to play devil's advocate for a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, Devil.
Let me ask this question. Do you all think that we, as African Americans or Black, because you got to give them both because some people don't,
Or natives, because
Or
some people
natives,
say we.
yeah.
Yeah.
do you think that we can be racist against other races?
Ooh,
No.
I can give you a technical definition of that.
Go ahead.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Because we don't control any of the institutions. We can be prejudiced, but we cannot be racist. Racist involves just being able to block you out of an institution of any kind, either money, church, religion, housing. We don't own any of that. We have no control over those things. But we can be prejudiced here, Come on, when Chris Rock said, "Cry ass, cry."
I have a question. Do you think whether they can admit it subconsciously that all Black people are prejudiced?
I would say,
Subconscious, because if you put in the right
I would
situation,
say no. We are the most inclusive group
And forgiving.
there is.
Sometimes they get on my nervous condition.
Thank you. We'll take our own culture and give it to everyone and lose our culture. Look, okay, something simple. I watch online all these different rap groups and dancing and things like that. And I'm catching myself going, oh my God, these people are all white. And then listen to their interview and they'll make the interview sound like, oh, this started with the white culture. No, it didn't. I had one group that was actually Asian, was talking about rapping and dancing. I'm like, no, it did not. This started in the streets of New York
Hey,
somewhere.
thank you.
Where a bunch of poor people
There you go.
scratching on records.
Yep.
Big Hurt, Cool, all these.
Yep.
Come on, man. And all of a sudden, it's,
DJ Cool Herc. There you
Right.
go.
and now all of a sudden that culture has been exported throughout the world.
No, not only that. Did you see the video of the I don't know if he was Japanese, Chinese, but one of those nieces.
One of these, golly.
Did she say one of those?
God,
One
that's
of-
so
one of-
racist.
oh, I'm sorry. well, anywho.
Of Asian descent.
Yeah, there you go. Oriental descent. He was in the chair getting his hair done. to get an afro. Yes.
Yeah.
I think
I
I've
was
seen.
like,
Oh, they pulling it
how
off.
in the hell? I know his head had to be hurting though, because they took some, like, I don't know what kind of rubber bands or rollers them bad boys was, but them things look
I
like
can't get mine in the
micro.
afro.
Look, he took them bad boys and micro rollers, rolled them suckers up. You know how their hair is. Their hair is like straight.
Look at my hair. I can't get an
But,
afro.
baby girl, his hair was curlier than that. When they finished with him,
Fro.
straight fro. I'm like, damn, Ungawa Black Power, because he had
And let me tell you, it's the so-called African American. Now, let me
I'm gonna have to
explain
take it.
that.
Let me go ahead and
Us as black people are a spectrum. You're looking at me and all these young ladies at the table. I'm not African American.
nope.
I am South American. The so-called
That
African.
has always been an issue with
issue.
me.
Prince Paul, you what?
I'm South American.
How was that?
I was born and raised there.
Okay.
See, my question
I'm not
my
Spanish.
question is, okay,
Hey,
they
Poppy.
wait a minute. They call us African American, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Asian American.
no. My question is, okay, we're supposed to be African American, right? I've never been to Africa, right?
You're American, ma'am.
So how am I African American?
Thank you very much.
Because everybody else is European
Wait a
American.
minute. Not only that, if you have black Africans, you have white Africans, right? Why isn't a white African called an African American?
Or called a European African, because
Yeah.
you're not from that place. You
Exactly.
were imported. Your ancestry was imported.
Exactly.
But you were called the so-called African American
Did
because
you say
you're
European African?
Yes.
yeah. 'Cause
So you're European
Afro.
African American.
You're Euro Afro.
Yeah. There you go. You are Afro. I like that.
But,
You're Euro
but you
Afro.
go ask any of those, and I have met a young lady, beautiful young lady, when I used to go to University of Florida.
From
She
South?
would tell you, do not call her white. She is South African. She is African.
And see, that's
But here we got to put a hyphen
Yeah.
on our name.
That's what I'm saying. My thing is that has always been a question that I've asked. If I've never been to Africa, I was not born in Africa. Africa is not my nationality.
Right.
Then why am I being called an African American?
You are an American, man. You are a full blood. But
Well-
but every white person in America act as though they're a monolith.
Mm-hmm.
If the question comes up, what are you? I'm American.
Mm-hmm.
But if culturally they'll say, oh, I'm Italian, I'm German, I'm
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But don't get it wrong. They are American first.
Mm-hmm.
The so-called African American didn't seem to be able to call themselves American first.
Exactly.
They're African first. Like, oh wow, okay, we're in Africa. What tribe?
And then until you are able to, research your actual roots to see exactly where you come from.
And that's why they changed the application. The application now says African American, black,
Whatever.
Or you can just check other.
Why is it African American, black? No, American. I'm gonna check that box.
There you go.
This whole
You know
African
what?
American thing,
You
I'm
know
like,
what? Every time I see something like that, you know what I check? I check other.
Oh, the right. I'm not.
Look, to be determined.
to be determined.
That's me. I'm to be
But the
determined.
thing is, what kills me is when they say go back to your own country. First
Yeah.
of all, have you checked your heritage? Because I'm pretty sure that
Exactly.
you're not from here.
Right. We're gonna empty this land if everybody go back to their country.
Last time I checked, according to history, your ancestors got here on the Mayflower, did they not?
Hey.
So you ain't from here
And then
either.
they got lost. And
If
that's how they
everybody
found
went
you.
back to their own country, the Native Americans gonna be lonely as fuck.
Okay.
So
I'm about to empty all of America.
He ain't gonna know that because
they'll
I
take
got
their
a
land
little
back.
Thomas sheep. Little Chief Cherokee in my family.
Girl, me
Good
too.
Lord.
I have it in mind.
Yep. No, actually, I don't think, I have to look again, but I don't think we were Cherokee. I think we were Blackfoot. We're Blackfoot.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
If you
That's
are
one of the known tribes that
if
have.
you would have seen my
Well,
great
Indians own slaves too now. Wait a minute.
yeah, they did, but not like they may have owned slaves, but it was nothing
But-
like
but-
what.
It doesn't matter. A
I
slave
mean,
owner is a
But
slave
here's the
owner.
thing:
Yeah.
Period.
the natives
Traded land.
brought the so-called African into their tribe. It wasn't you go out and pick cotton and be lesser. They became part
Part
of
of
the tribe.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie Buck and the Preacher?
No.
Check out that movie Buck and the Preacher, cause it'll shed light on that too.
Oh,
of
okay.
how
Okay.
black folks and Indians. It was with Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier.
Two of my favorite black actors.
Buck and the Preacher.
But you know what kills me when we look back at the history, a lot of black people do not feel that like if you look back at history, I used to watch a lot of documentaries because I took African American history at Savannah State.
Yeah.
And I said, do y'all realize that we sold each other? We captured other black people
And sold
them to the slave
Yeah.
owners.
But they still use it to this day in corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will have, especially if you have a predominantly sector of the office or a building or that's predominantly black. 9 times out of 10, they're going to get a black supervisor, because if too many people bug, you might have a walkout. But we know how to handle our people, so they put us over us.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful with that whole thing that blacks sold blacks. Be careful with that.
Yeah.
Here's how it happened. Let's think of it in this light. I walk in your house with a gun and say, well, I'm taking some people with me. I don't give a damn who. And you go, well, I'll go get the neighbors then instead of giving you my damn family. That's basically how it happened. But yet they'll tell you the story that your own people sold you. There's a bigger part of that story that is untrue by omission, by omitting the part that we went in and threatened those tribes and said, we need bodies, give them to us. And those tribal chiefs go, well, hell, I'm not going to give you my people. So, but I can go capture the neighboring tribe and send them off to you, because now you're threatening the lives of my people.
Yeah.
So they did what they had to do in the name of survival. Was it right or wrong? That's up for debate.
Yeah.
That's up for debate. 'Cause at the end of the day, when they say when people get scared, they
Yeah.
revert back to how animals did.
Thank
It's
you.
all in the name of survival.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
And speaking of survival, we're gonna go to some real talk with your girl DC, because I know she got what you got. I know we run along, but we gonna go ahead and handle this.
Well, just gonna go ahead and talk. I just have a question.
Uh-oh.
There's about to be some.
Okay.
No. It's
Okay,
it's still in
it's
the realm of what we
serious?
already
Okay.
talking about, because I was watching one of those. I cannot remember this teacher's name, but she's the one that did the doll study with the
Oh,
kids.
I know that. Yep.
And then she asked I don't quote me, but I know she or someone, I'm not gonna say she did, asked the question to go up to any Caucasian, any other race, and ask them, would you prefer $10 million or be black for the rest of your life? Which would you choose?
They chose $10 million.
That question has
I
been
think I posed it right.
played in universities.
If I could give you, hold on, did I pose
She
it
said you
right?
go to any other race and ask
Yeah, no. At that time, it was a Caucasian, ex-Caucasian person.
they probably chose the money.
Of
Because
course, they gonna
cannot-
choose. They gonna
can't
choose.
handle. They can't
I
handle.
don't
Well,
think I
there
posed it
was
right.
one where the lady asked,
I
would
think I asked
would
it
you want to be treated like them
Yeah.
or be white? Raise your hand, and none of the white folks raised their hand and said, the reason why you didn't raise your hand because you understand
Exactly.
that they are treated as less.
It was something
That
along
proves the point.
them lines.
Yeah.
Right. So when you sit here in this room and say, oh no, everyone's treated the same, well good, let's trade skins.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's trade skins. Oh, nobody want to trade skins.
No. Why would
that
The
was
question
when we took the money.
was, would you die today? I think it was, would you die today or spend the rest of your life being black?
Ah.
Now that's some serious stuff if somebody chose
Yeah.
death.
You would rather die than be black? Okay, then you got some
they would
problems.
not be able to carry the burden.
They couldn't handle it.
They couldn't handle it.
Well, that's another reason why the so-called African American is one of the most revered group in the world, because of your ability to stand in front of your oppressor and still smile after all these years and things that are
That they continue to do.
that you find the most resilient ways to overcome it, push on, and make it look easy.
Now, I was watching on social media where they were asking Caucasians, like, why are they wanting to, like, mix race?
Girl.
And they're doing it because
Wait a
they
minute.
said
Hold
the
on.
way the ozone layers is now, eventually they won't be able to tolerate
The sun. They gonna die
So
of
they need melanin in their skin.
Oh, I'll tell you
So
exactly
now
what it
they're
was.
wanting to procreate with blacks.
Did you read
So
the
they
I
have
sure
the
did.
melanin in order to survive.
Teacher.
So I mean, like that. What does that
Wait a
say?
minute, hold on. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a video, right? And girl, because I saw this. I saw Jane Elliott. Y'all know who Jane Elliott is.
Right.
Jane Elliott is
That's
one
the
that's
teacher.
they're always doing all them studies and
That's the
stuff.
teacher. That's the teacher.
Yes.
Professor,
So
yeah.
Yes.
there was a black dude. He was interviewing this white girl, right? And
Hold on, before you do that, she explained
Yeah,
what
wait a
was
minute,
going
wait a
on.
minute, I got this. So,
How you want to tell me that?
wait a minute.
I'm at the
Because I was looking at the girl. So, anywho, it was a black dude. He was interviewing a white girl, right? And he asked her, he said, black guys or white guys? She said, black guys. And he was like, oh, okay. Why? So she explained, she said that because of the black guys, they have melanin and it's to help procreate and it's for their children and their grandchildren,
And they
for the
got big
survival for the children and their grandchildren, so that they would have melanin in their skin.
And they got big feet.
No, she didn't mention nothing about the feet. She didn't mention nothing about the feet.
Wow.
But she said it was for survival. It was for survival
purposes.
purposes.
And the
Now,
big feet.
listen, never once did she mention love.
Big feet.
That she because you know how I just love black men. Or I love everything about them. It wasn't none of that.
They say
She
watch it
just
go black.
BBC.
she just basically said it's for survival
And it's not
But
British
you know-
of
broadcasting.
their race.
You
It's
said-
But hold on, but you know, but now, Mike, this lady did this study like years ago, and you see so many people now,
Yes.
and
even
like,
the commercials.
like I honestly, you know, like listen,
This-
people can say what they want to say about the Bible. I just think that like it's just things that happen that's described and it comes to pass. Man,
But
look.
you know what? And this is what I recently found out. The 10 Commandments came from the 42 laws of Mott.
You just now getting one?
Yeah, but you know what? I am constantly evolving. Okay, Cease? I
Loving
am
it,
constantly
babe. Loving it.
evolving.
I'm like the organization that we mess with. You should
So
So-
the 10 Commandments were plagiarized. I'm just saying.
So,
Go ahead.
well,
carry on.
most of the things we see was plagiarized. If you still start talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost,
Yeah.
and when we start talking about the Sun God,
Yeah, there you go.
and the 3 days that the sun moves, and you have what was now Easter. The sun goes through a death and
Passover.
birds and right
Yeah,
there
there you go.
Passover. So what they say,
then-
nothing new under the sun.
There you
Nothing
go.
new under the sun.
All right, so that was good, girl.
But that's not what I was going to talk about. But I felt we could always stay in the realm.
Right.
Okay.
Anywho, all right, so we're gonna move on because we're running a little long. So we're gonna get to the tip of the week. So y'all check this out. All right, since you was talking
Drink more
about we was
alcohol.
talking about debit cards and the banks and all of this. See, I love how God do things. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause stuff just come full circle. Yes, he will. Really won't. Okay, so today's tip of the week, or this week tip of the week is: if you allow people to make more withdrawals than deposits in your
Well-
life, you will always be out of balance in the negative. So you gotta know when to close the account.
Close them legs.
We
Hello.
just had a girl
I'm sorry, what
speak
was that
at our sorority meeting and say if they do not bring value into your life, those are the people you have to let go.
Girl.
Look, I started to get up and skip just now.
Okay, girl, you gotta close that account, child. Go on in there and tell them,
Close it.
look, we gotta close that out. Go ahead, give me what I got left. I got to go. That's what I'm talking about.
If they not bringing value,
There you go. Close it.
stop letting people
Wink,
take
wink.
from you.
There you go.
Legs.
Won't they do it?
Okay, ain't nobody said nothing about no damn legs, cease.
Listen.
What?
You get chicken wings.
Hold on, wait. I forgot. Let me go ahead and put this out.
Stop it.
So I haven't received anything in my inbox in regards to C's. We are still looking for C's someone.
Anybody.
So
With
please,
value.
with value.
In the
Because if you're
draws.
not making deposits, you're not making any withdrawals.
No,
Ask for
taking the
cash
ball.
or something. Get it
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Okay.
So submit your applications. We'll review and we'll notify you for interviews.
Okay.
I just
All right.
told y'all he
You
bought a
notify.
$6,000 TV. Y'all might as well go ahead.
And
Okay.
he didn't say credit card.
No,
He
okay.
said credit cards.
with emphasis.
With an
Yes.
S.
With emphasis.
With the-
Capital S
Yes.
With
after that
emphasis.
comma.
I don't
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
All right.
He got good credit.
When it's time to go to Walmart, going to his house.
He got good.
So don't get it twisted. He ain't no pushover.
He got
Okay.
TV.
All right, y'all. We want to thank y'all so much. So, guess what time it is?
What time is
It's time to subscribe to the channel. Y'all ready?
subscribe?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Go, come on in the room,
I have
y'all.
my part.
Come on in the room.
Oh, you throwing shade?
Come on
Take communion with us.
in the room.
Everybody.
Not yet. Oh my
Oh,
God.
Lord.
Ready to say,
Oh,
oh, let's
mercy.
slide.
Let it go.
Okay, we gonna try this
Call
one
the
more
choir.
time. All
I'm
right.
ready.
Well,
Come on, quiet the record.
this
Come on in the room. Come
She was right.
on in the room. Just hit that subscribe button right there in that corner. You can like, subscribe, and comment in the room. I said, come on in the room.
Everybody.
Come on in the room. Just hit that subscribe button
Get him.
right there in that corner.
That corner over there.
You can like, subscribe, and comment in the room.
I'm gonna charge y'all a $5 fine. Y'all out of tune.
Well, listen, that's the quiet directed problem because you came in right. She was wrong.
No, it's always on the second verse.
No, it's
And-
not.
okay, ask
No,
your
it's
boy
not.
T-Roy. Ask your boy
Your
T-Roy.
boy T-Roy, shouts out to you.
Shouts out to
What up,
T-Roy. We
T-Roy?
miss you. We love you. Also, remember, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Never be afraid to express yours. I am your girl, Lynn Roberts.
I'm that girl, DC.
And I'm that girl, Big Prime.
And Big C.
Big
C. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Big C's with the big
Smooches.
stick.
That's
Energy.
nasty. That's nasty.
That's what she says.
The high energy plate. You got the high energy
Okay,
plate.
y'all know y'all still on, right? Y'all
Oh, we still on? Oh, we got to stop
Okay,
that.
everybody.
Well, listen. I tell we done.
Oh no, I thought y'all were still.
Oh, you still
No,
don't do that. We about to say something wrong.
Listen, he got big energy.
Big.
What the big stick energy? Big stick
got
energy,
big
y'all.
energy.
Pick him up. Pick him up.
Will you turn it off? Hey, good Lord.
This is the after effect of what goes on behind the
have mercy.
scenes.